Massachusetts is taking on Meta, the parent company of Instagram, in a landmark lawsuit. This case is not just another legal battle, it represents a significant moment in the ongoing debate over the responsibilities of tech companies in the digital age. The lawsuit alleges that Meta knowingly designed Instagram to be addictive, specifically targeting young users. This claim is based on internal documents and research that suggest the company was aware of the potential harm, but chose to prioritize user engagement and profit over safety. A Suffolk Superior Court judge recently ruled that the case can proceed, rejecting Meta's attempts to have it dismissed. This decision is a crucial step forward for the plaintiffs, who argue that Meta's practices have had a detrimental impact on the mental health of teenagers. This sets the stage for a legal showdown with potentially massive implications for the tech giant and the future of social media regulation. The outcome of this case could influence how other tech companies design their platforms and how they are held accountable for their impact on society. This isn't just about one state taking on a tech giant. It's about a broader movement to hold powerful corporations accountable for their actions. The case has garnered national attention, with many seeing it as a test of whether the legal system can effectively regulate the tech industry. This is about holding Meta accountable for the alleged harm its platform has inflicted on a generation growing up online. Parents and educators have long been concerned about the effects of social media on young minds, and this lawsuit brings those concerns into the legal arena. The lawsuit claims that Meta prioritized profits over the well-being of its users, particularly teenagers. This accusation is supported by evidence suggesting that the company ignored warnings from its own researchers about the addictive nature of its platform. Now, they must answer for their actions in court. The legal team representing the plaintiffs is preparing to present a compelling case, drawing on expert testimony and internal documents to make their argument. The judge's decision to allow the case to move forward is a significant victory for the plaintiffs. It validates their claims and gives them the opportunity to seek justice for the harm they believe has been caused. It signals that the court recognizes the seriousness of the allegations and the potential merit of the case. This acknowledgement is a critical step in the legal process, as it sets the tone for the upcoming trial. This is a major blow to Meta, who now faces a lengthy and potentially damaging legal battle. The company will need to defend its practices and address the concerns raised by the plaintiffs, which could lead to significant changes in how it operates. This lawsuit could set a precedent for how tech companies operate in the future. If the plaintiffs are successful, it could lead to stricter regulations and greater accountability for the tech industry as a whole. It's a wake-up call that they can't just prioritize engagement and profits at the expense of their users' well-being. The case highlights the need for a balance between innovation and responsibility, ensuring that technological advancements do not come at the cost of public health. The world is watching to see if Massachusetts can deliver a knockout punch to Meta and force them to finally address the potential dangers of their platform. The outcome of this case could have far-reaching implications, influencing how social media is regulated and how companies are held accountable for their impact on society. The lawsuit zeroes in on specific features of Instagram that allegedly contribute to its addictive nature. These features are not just random elements of the app, but are meticulously crafted to keep users engaged for as long as possible. Push notifications, the endless scroll, and the much-coveted likes are all in the crosshairs. These elements are designed to create a sense of urgency and reward, making it difficult for users to put their phones down. These features, the lawsuit argues, are carefully engineered to exploit the developing brains of young users, keeping them hooked on the platform for hours on end. The developing adolescent brain is particularly susceptible to these kinds of stimuli, making teenagers an easy target for such addictive designs. Push notifications act as a constant siren call, pulling users back into the app even when they had no intention of using it. Each notification is a carefully timed nudge, designed to re-engage users at moments when they are most likely to respond. The endless scroll, with its constant stream of curated content, makes it nearly impossible to log off. This feature taps into the human desire for novelty and discovery, ensuring that there is always something new to see, something new to engage with. And the dopamine rush of receiving likes creates a feedback loop that keeps users coming back for more. Each like, each comment, each share acts as a small reward, reinforcing the behavior of checking the app repeatedly. These features, while seemingly innocuous on the surface, are part of a sophisticated system designed to maximize user engagement. They are the result of extensive research into human psychology and behavior, aimed at making the app as addictive as possible. The more time users spend on the platform, the more data Meta collects, and the more money they make from targeted advertising. This data is incredibly valuable, allowing Meta to create highly targeted ad campaigns that are more likely to convert into sales. It's a business model that thrives on addiction, and young users are particularly vulnerable. The lawsuit highlights the ethical concerns of designing products that prioritize profit over the mental health and well-being of its users. Massachusetts argues that Meta knew exactly what it was doing when it designed these features. They claim that the company was fully aware of the addictive potential of these features and chose to implement them anyway. They allege that Meta's own internal research showed the addictive potential of these features, particularly on teenagers. Despite this knowledge, the company continued to push these features, prioritizing user engagement and profit over user well-being. Yet, they chose to prioritize profits over the well-being of their users. This lawsuit aims to hold Meta accountable for these decisions, seeking to create a safer, healthier online environment for young users. The outcome of this case could have far-reaching implications for how social media platforms are designed and regulated in the future. The lawsuit goes beyond just the addictive design of Instagram. It also accuses Meta of deception, alleging that the company was aware of the potential mental health risks associated with its platform, but actively concealed this information from the public. They further claim that Meta failed to implement adequate age verification measures, allowing underage users to easily access the platform. Massachusetts argues that Meta knew, or should have known, that Instagram could have detrimental effects on the mental health of young users. Studies have linked excessive social media use to increased rates of anxiety, depression, body image issues, and even suicidal thoughts. Yet, Meta allegedly downplayed these risks and continued to promote its platform to a young and impressionable audience. Furthermore, the lawsuit claims that Meta turned a blind eye to underage users on its platform. Despite having age restrictions in place, Instagram's sign-up process was easily bypassed, allowing children as young as 10 years old to create accounts and access the platform's potentially harmful content. This alleged disregard for the well-being of young users is at the heart of the Massachusetts lawsuit. The state is accusing Meta of putting profits before people, prioritizing engagement and advertising revenue over the mental health and safety of its users. Meta, for its part, has vehemently denied all allegations, arguing that Instagram is a safe and positive platform for users of all ages. They have consistently maintained that their platform is designed with the utmost care and consideration for user safety, especially for younger audiences who are more vulnerable to online risks. They claim that they have robust safety measures in place and that they are committed to protecting their users. These measures include advanced algorithms to detect harmful content, user reporting systems, and educational resources aimed at promoting safe online behavior. Meta has also highlighted their partnerships with various safety organizations to bolster their efforts in creating a secure environment. However, the judge presiding over the case was unconvinced by Meta's arguments, allowing the lawsuit to proceed to the next stage. This decision came after a thorough review of the evidence presented by both sides, indicating that the court found sufficient grounds to question the effectiveness of Meta's safety measures. Meta's defense relied heavily on the argument that they are not responsible for the choices of their users. They emphasized that Instagram is merely a platform for connection and expression, and that users must take personal responsibility for their actions online. This stance is rooted in the belief that social media platforms should not be held liable for the diverse and unpredictable behaviors of their vast user base. They claim that individuals are ultimately responsible for their own online behavior, and that Instagram simply provides a platform for people to connect and share. Meta argued that imposing stricter regulations on their platform could stifle free expression and innovation, which are core values of social media. However, the judge found this argument unconvincing, suggesting that Meta's platform design and algorithms may indeed play a role in influencing user behavior. The court pointed out that the way content is curated and presented to users can significantly impact their online experiences and interactions, potentially leading to harmful outcomes. The judge also rejected Meta's claims that they have taken sufficient steps to protect young users. Despite Meta's assurances, the court found evidence suggesting that the company's safety measures were not as effective as claimed, and that young users continued to face significant risks on the platform. The lawsuit alleges that Meta's safety measures are inadequate, and that the company has consistently failed to enforce its own policies. Plaintiffs argue that despite numerous reports of harmful content and behavior, Meta has not taken the necessary actions to address these issues, leaving users, particularly minors, exposed to potential dangers. The judge's decision to allow the case to move forward suggests that they see merit in these allegations, and that Meta may be held accountable for its alleged inaction. This ruling underscores the importance of holding tech companies to higher standards of accountability, especially when it comes to user safety. This ruling is a significant setback for Meta and a major victory for the plaintiffs. It represents a critical moment in the ongoing debate over the responsibilities of social media platforms in safeguarding their users, particularly vulnerable populations like teenagers. It sends a clear message that tech companies cannot simply hide behind legal disclaimers and claims of user responsibility. The court's decision highlights the need for these companies to take proactive steps in mitigating the risks associated with their platforms. They have a duty to mitigate the potential harms of their platforms, particularly when it comes to the well-being of young users. This case could set a precedent for future legal actions against tech companies, emphasizing the need for comprehensive and effective safety measures to protect all users.